Hello and welcome to Ageless Rock. Today, I would like to bring you to a very unique temple in Indonesia. At a glance, it looks like a normal megalithic temple, but there are some things that just don't add up. Indonesia is definitely an island with a mysterious past. Java Island is full of megalithic temples, but today we are going to talk about Sambisari Temple. It is magnificent on the outside and mysterious on the inside. Sambisari Temple is located in the special region of Yogyakarta province. It is common to be mistaken by the location as Central Java because it is in the center and bordering Central Java province. Sambisari Temple was buried in the ground when rediscovered. It is believed to be buried by volcanic ash spewed out by Mount Merapi. If the lava and volcanic ash completely buried Sambisari Temple, then it should have the evidence of volcanic burial for other megalithic temples around the area also. If lava flow and wind blew volcanic ash in one direction, it would have affected a large area, and Prambanan, Ratu Boko, Kalasan, Ijo, and many more should show same thickness of volcanic ash when they were discovered. So it is not a surprise to read that articles are careful to claim that lava and volcanic ash are the only reasons why the temple was buried. Most articles are careful to use the word like, quote, "It is believed to have been covered by lava," unquote. It seems like they know it might even be covered intentionally, just like those in Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. The temple is a square measuring 13.65 meters on each side. Sambisari Temple sits on a huge area where from north to south is about 140 meters, while east to west is about 145 meters. This is a Google Earth map just to give you an idea of the size of this tourist spot. The first wall dimension looks like a square, but written articles mention this as 50 meters by 48 meters. I'm not sure which side is longer, but even with Google Map measurement, it is hard to determine the rectangle. The three Pewara temples and the main temple is not aligned to the center. I am not sure what it means, but it is odd. Maybe there is an alignment based on astronomy that we have yet to discover. Although they are called temples, there is no Yoni Linga or statue on the inside. It has a Padmasana that makes it feels like a temple. Three temples in front of a main temple is a common feature. Based on an inscription called Wanoa Tengah, it is believed to have been built by Rakai Garung in 828 AD. But this is not conclusive as the interpretation is vague. It could have been ordered to be built by noble people. This temple was most likely intentionally constructed 6.5 meters deep into the ground. It was discovered by accident when Arjo Wiyono, a farmer, hit the top of the temple with his hoe in 1966. Archaeological department was notified and excavation began in 1977 and completed in 1987. But the story of this farmer is far more interesting than mainstream is willing to mention. This farmer had a dream that there was something precious outside. In the dream, he was digging that precious thing. He had the same dream for 7 nights. He felt that he needed to go out there and take a look. He looked for the spot according to what he saw in his dream. He started digging around that area and finally his hoe hit a rock. As he continued digging the rock out, he realized it wasn't an ordinary rock. It turns out to be much bigger than that, so he informed the government and his land was later bought by the government. Then excavation began. The rock he hit was actually the tip of the temple. This story may sound ridiculous, but if he is a Christian and said Jesus told him in a dream, and it turns out to be a church, the entire Bible believers will believe him instantly. If he is a Muslim and said a prophet told him in a dream and it turns out to be a mouse, the entire Muslim world will believe him instantly. But if a farmer said it was a dream that made him dig and it turns out to be a polygonal megalithic temple, then his story is not to be part of history and should not be taken seriously. Don't be surprised mainstream will shrug off as a coincidence of a man with mental issues. When it was excavated and reconstruction took place, they actually found a square or rectangular hole in the middle of the temple. Since this temple is not famous, there isn't much to read in detail about this feature. This type of feature is typically a tomb if it cannot be linked to a temple or a palace, but I think it is not as simple as tomb, temple or palace. In the temple, there is a yoni linga. This may look like a normal linga, but the linga stone is denser and more smooth than usual. Therefore, it is believed to have been brought in from somewhere else, but I think it could be a geopolymer product where the quality can be adjusted. There are 8 small lingas around the temple at 4 cardinal points. Many will agree that linga has to do with energy. Energy not for electricity as we always think, but for health. Think positive is energy. Stay healthy and happy is positive energy. We have to see energy from another dimension. Another thing I find that there is something worth thinking about is the makara on the stairs. What are the odds that Mexicans and Indonesians are fascinated by dragons and place them on the stairs? Is this a coincidence, or was it because it was done by the same unknown ancient builders with a variation? Sambisari Temple has 2 makaras on the stairs. Makara is a creature in Hindu religion. It is a vahana of god Vahuna and goddess Ganga. But this concept on the stairs intrigues me because you can get that at Temple of Feathered Serpent in Mexico. But these 2 temples shared few more things in common, which I will share with you in the next video. So again, for such a great megalithic monument, it actually has no known history. Locals are not aware of it. Historians have no solid history. Archaeologists have a flimsy connection to Rakai Garong, but when you compare it to other structures in other countries, it gets weirder. I will end this for now and share with you part 2 of Sambisari Temple. Hope you enjoyed this short presentation and see you next time. Sekian, terima kasih.